Extends, yeah.
When did you move to Hollywood?
I moved here in 1994. I was 32 years old. So I was on the older end. I mean, not older. I mean, 32 compared now.
No,
now
you're
I'm
a young
76.
man. Yeah,
so
you're a young man. You're a young man.
I was in Chicago. Love Chicago. The killer about Chicago, though some great things are happening now. There's like 4 or 5 sit-down shows shooting in Chicago now, which is amazing.
Yeah.
But in my day, there was not.
Were you part of that whole Second City crew in Chicago?
I trained there. I never worked for Second City, but I did the training, and then I had my own comedy group called White Noise.
Right.
Huge racist group. Yeah. No, White Noise.
No, White Noise matters. White noise matters.
Exactly. Yeah. No, but we had a great comedy group, and we did a bunch of different shows, and one of them was so fucked up. It was called Stumpy's Gang, and it had puppets, literally puppets.
Really puppets.
And blood, and at the end, a big vagina puppet kills everybody. It was crazy.
Really?
Yeah, so it becomes this cult thing in Chicago where people are lined up around the block. They're dressing like my character. It's crazy. So we just thought, damn, if there's ever a show that maybe could work in L.A.,
right?
We had all talked about L.A., and all that stuff. So we brought it to L.A. We were going to do a 6-week run. It went for 3 months.
No shit. Where was it at, by the way?
The Zephyr Theater on Melrose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Zephyr.
Wow.
And it was a bloodbath, and it was awesome. And I give it all the credit to this day. All of a sudden, I had agents, managers, without having to pedal the pavement.
And were you living here full time then?
I was.
Right.
In my mind, I said, I'm going to go do this show. Then I'm going to do exactly.
That's
then I'm going to do
a
pilot season.
Yeah.
To see what that's
Yeah,
all
of
about.
course.
Because
You
you hear all about.
You got to do a pilot season. Yeah.
So I came, and for some miracle, I booked a pilot. The first season.
Right.
So you realize you have to be here.
Yeah, you got to be here.
And it's funny because my friends will say to this day, we knew you were never coming back.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, but I didn't myself. They go, we know. You thought you were, but we knew you weren't coming back.
And that, by the way, that's the question I get the most is like, hey, I want to do this or audition. Can I do it from my house in Idaho? No, you can't.
You can't.
Every day, I probably get 2 or 3 emails a day, and I tell people the same thing.
Yeah.
You have to live here. You have to live where your job.
If you want it to be your full-time profession,
yes,
you have to be here.
If you want it to be a hobby, go be an extra somewhere and wherever that is.
And that's great if that's what you want to do.
Exactly. But if you want this to be a profession, you have to live here.
Same with when I left Chicago, is acting something I want to do the rest of my life, or do I want to do it while I'm working a full-time job, which is great too.
Right.
Because there's no better theater than Chicago as far as so many black boxes and great theaters and great theater companies. So that's a great life too. I wanted it to be full-time.
Sure.
So you have to make the move.
Yeah. You got to make the move.
Like, am I going to? If I want to be on Broadway, I can't live in L.A.
Exactly. Yeah.
New York.
Exactly. Can I do audition from where I live? No, you can't. You can't audition on your iPhone and then send that in to somebody, and it's just like, oh yeah, Jerry Bruckheimer's looking for that iPhone 7 audition.
Like, exactly.
Come on.
No, people are crazy. And also, because of social media, YouTube and everything, people think it's so easy now. Because you get these YouTube stars who have
a gajillion followers, and they're making money. We were talking about PewDiePie before we came on air.
Who I knew nothing about until this morning.
He was raking in close to $17 million a year off of his YouTube channel. Yes. So you take your top-tiered actors in Hollywood. If you're at home and you're watching this from afar and you're saying, all right, I want to be PewDiePie or Chris Pratt, probably making the same salary.
Yes.
Which is fucked.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yes. And that's not including endorsements, everything else. That's just off his
deals
views.
that he's got.
Yeah, there's a couple kids that live in Wilmington that we work with. JT Machinima. They just crossed $1 million. I don't want to say their salary, but it's they do nothing else besides that.
So it's just fine. Yeah,
and they're nowhere near New York or LA.
Right, but now people are like, well, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, it is. Then stay at home and do it.
Stay at home and do it, but. Again, like even making it as an actor, the percentages are so low.
I know.
It's so like how many of all the YouTubers? What is the percentage that are making a living? Yes, there's the PewDiePies and the guy you just talked to. But there's a lot of people.
I would say today, you have a better shot at making a living doing that than being an actor in Hollywood.
A regular,
simply for the
hitting
fact
the pavement
of
actor.
If you take a Netflix show today, if you're getting a guest star, they're not paying that well.
dude.
It's like a grand,
I have to be
$1,500 a day.
Exactly.
But your agent gets 10%, your manager gets 10%.
Right.
And then they take taxes.
But you
out
have
of
to
that.
be very careful because I was yelled at once. A couple months ago, I was on a film festival tour for a film that I'm sure we'll talk about. Middleman, starring me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we do a Q&A afterward, and I'm talking about the other actors in it who were incredible. Two of them from Walking Dead and Annie Dudek from a bunch of shows. Anyway, and I made the comment. I said, and these guys, they did it for $125 a day,
Yeah.
which is the SAG
Ultra.
minimum or
It's the
ultra,
yeah.
whatever it is. Well, she comes up to me, this woman comes up to me afterward and goes, I don't know if you understand it, but a lot of people don't make $125. And I knew where she was coming from.
Right.
But I was trying to say, but these guys are used to making
Yeah. And
X
you can't,
amount of
and
dollars.
You can't. Because to the outside world, you're making $125. That's a minimum wage job, and you could be a lead in a movie.
Dude, I turned down other stuff that I could have been doing.
Yes.
Now, granted, it was my own film, so I had a lot more going for me. But these guys did it for the script.
Yeah.
$125 a day. And I'm not to say if
But
you're
we
making
all
$125 a
do.
day, that's great. If
Yeah.
that's paying your bills. I'm just saying these guys were used to making,
I know,
you
a
know,
gajillion
and still
dollars.
do.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. So, but even now, things have gotten, I don't know if it's because of the unions or whatever, but they do top of show. In the old
Yes.
days, you could negotiate.
Yep.
Now, no, top of show.
Top of show.
And
Yeah.
not that that's terrible money, but in this world,
used
it's
to be.
weird.
Yeah.
It's high, it's
And then
weird to say it.
And trying to afford to be a day-to-day actor in LA with that type of money, good luck. You're still
Yeah.
living in a one-bedroom in the Valley, and it's that's what that life is.
Yeah, that's why, when I was in Chicago, you would talk with friends, and the dream would be go to L.A.,
Yeah.
get a series.
Yeah, get a sitcom.
It goes over 100 episodes, and you're in syndication. Yeah. And then you do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of happened
Yeah,
with
it did.
Parks,
It did.
just
It
by
did.
a miracle.
Yeah.
And we're in syndication, and syndication's, awesome. Every 3 months,
Sure.
a check shows up, and you're like, that's lovely.
It's amazing.
But it's not like life all. It's lovely. You
Yes.
know what I mean?
But it's
there's
not
shows-
like, hey, I'm buying a yacht.
It's not at all.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
No, but